So let's just talk about circular singly linked list. So in case of singly linked list, each node contains two parts. It has the data part which contains the data, and it contains the link part which links to the next node. So like an example, we can create node with the value 100, and because this is one single node, the next pointer will point to null and the head pointer will point to this first node. So in case we have multiple nodes with data like 200, 300, so in that case this next pointer of the first node will point to this next node. Similarly, this node will point to this next node, and because this is one single linked list, so the last node will point to null. Now if we traverse the list, if we start from the head, first of all we're gonna reach 100, then 200, and then 300. So this is in case of singly linked list. Now in case of circular singly linked list, this is a variation of the singly linked list where the last node points back to the first node. The last node does not point to null, it points back to this first node, and because of this it forms a circle. So if we start from the head, we'll be back to the head node. Because of this, it is called the circular singly linked list. Now the circular singly linked list has multiple advantages. First of all, because the circular singly linked list has this circular property, so which can be efficient in case of the circular queue. And secondly, here we can easily traverse the list without resetting to the head. So if we start from the head, we can easily traverse the whole list. We do not have to reset back to the head node, so it is easy to traverse in case of circular singly linked list. And there are several disadvantages also. So first of all, here it is little complex to implement the circular singly linked list because here the last node is pointing back to the first node. So this is one additional link that we have to set, which is complex than the singly linked list. And secondly, here we have the risk of getting into infinite loop. So because here the last node is pointing back to the first node and it forms this circular pattern. So because of this, if we try to traverse the list, we can get into infinite loop. So we have to write the conditions properly to prevent this from happening. Now to define one single node, we can use the structure. So we can define struct node, and inside the node, so we're gonna have the integer data, and also we're gonna have the struct node type pointer, and we're gonna call this next. So inside the node we have the data and the link to the next node. So here let's just define one single node. So we're gonna use the structure, so struct node. So inside the node we're gonna have the data and the struct node type pointer next, which will point to the next node. And let's now see how we can create one single node. So the function will return struct node type pointer. We're gonna call the function create node. The function will take one integer data. So let's just create one new node. So struct node type pointer new node. So first of all we have to allocate the memory. So we're gonna use malloc to allocate the memory, and here we're gonna allocate the memory for one single node. Now after the allocation it will return void pointer. So here we have to typecast it to struct node type pointer. Now we have to store this data inside this new node. So the new node data will be the data that we received in the parameter. And because this is one single node, so here we're gonna set the next pointer. So the next pointer will be null, and after that we're just gonna return the reference to the new node. So this function will take the data, it will allocate the memory, and it will store that data inside that node, and then it will return that new node. Now inside the main method we can create multiple nodes. So let's just create 3 nodes with the value 100, 200 and 300. So we're gonna create the first node. So we're gonna call the create node function, and we're gonna pass the data 100. So this is our first node with the value 100. So this way we have to create the second node with the value 200, and also we're gonna create the third node with the value 300. Now we have to set links between them. So the first node will point to the second node, the second node will point to the third node, and because this is one circular linked list, so the last node will point back to the head. So that means the third node will point back to the first node. So here we have created 3 nodes, and then we have set the links between those nodes to create the circular singly linked list. So this is the way we can implement the circular singly linked list. So hope you understand the concept. See you in the next one. Take care.